Hello everyone, welcome to the session. So let us start our today's session. So I got question like these two topics, they need some explanations I will take. And before that, the question is what is DB link? Okay, if you take Oracle database, the database will have more schemas, right? It will have a schema here. So this is one schema, this is another schema. You can have n number of schema. So based on that, you'll be connecting to a schema, and then based on your roles, you are accessing the objects. So different objects, you'll be having a tables, you'll be having a views, you'll be having other objects also. We have seen different objects. So you can connect to this particular database. Sometimes, so from this particular database, you have access here. You have connected to this database, but some tables are available in other schema. So this schema, you have the tables. So how can I access the other schema tables? See, from here, if I want to connect with other schema tables, so you have to mention the schema name dot table name, right? So you have to mention the schema name dot table name. So from here, if I want to connect with this schema name, then you'll be using. So you have connected with HR schema. You assume that you have connected with the HR schema, but I want to check the data from the core schema tables. So how can I see the tables? This HR schema should have access the core schema table. Then you will be mentioning that select star from the table name from. So you have to mention the schema name dot table name, right? So you'll be mentioning the schema name dot table name. You can mention, okay, if the tables are available, like a customer table is available here, so you'll be using that core dot customer from here. So that means this particular schema, HR schema, should have privileges to access the core schema tables. So here I have the table called the customer. Okay. But the thing is, sometimes even the tables will not be available in one server. So this is one server. Okay, server A, this server. And you'll be having another server, same Oracle server. You have another server, server B. You'll be having a two different databases. And this is different server, this is different server. So you have to access these schema tables. If I have the schema here, so here I have some schema. Okay, so here I have schema. So what you will do, here the schema name is called XYZ. You assume that XYZ dot table name is some table, product table. This table I need to access from the HR. So how can I access from here? Then you have to request your DBA to create a DB link from here to here. They will create a DB link. So since you are at server A, you want to connect with server B, they will be connecting on DB link. They will provide you the DB link name. For an example, they are providing DB link name is server B. It's a DB link name. So how can I call this particular table from here? So you have to call first server name. Okay, so select star from table name. So from to be using. So XYZ schema name dot table name product at be using server underscore B. So this is what you'll be calling the other schema. Okay, other database, you need to create a DB link. Okay, so who will provide this DB link? Your admin needs to create it. So they will be providing. So two different databases, you'll be having a DB link. Clear. So one single database, you'll be using the schema. So you are into one place, so one particular state. So you'll be using that particular district. With the district, I can able to understand, okay, which district you are, which address you are from. You are out of the district, you will first represent the state name, right? Sorry, you are out of the state, you will be representing, okay, I am from this particular state. You are out of India, then you will be representing the India. So India dot state dot then district dot the place. Same way you are at outside of the database, you have to connect with any other databases. So first you have to tell the database name, then schema name dot table name. So this is what you have to access it. DB link is nothing but you are creating a link between two different databases. So whenever you are connecting your, this might be your source database, this might be your target database where they will be creating reporting. So in that case, you'll be using this kind of DB link. You want to test the data, whether I have migrated, so all the data correctly, then you'll be using this DB link to test it. Clear?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
As a developer, we will not have access to create the DB link. You have to check with the DBS. So database administrator. So in your project, database administrator with it. So you have to check with them. They will create it. Okay, any other questions? Yeah. So if you go to, if I want to connect with the server, right? I want to connect with the server production database, definitely you will be having different firewall connectivities, different servers connectivity. You have to use, you might be using that Unix server, you will be using that LDAP password, SSH into a data server name that you will be getting into the server. That's a different, okay. So you'll be connecting to a network, you'll be using some RSA token. So that is one kind of connecting to a particular network, the company's network. Okay, so we will start our today's session. Yeah, Toad also, it will be like looking like the same one. You can use Toad for Oracle. So you can download Toad for Oracle. Okay, this is the one. It will be looking like the same way, how we will use the same SQL query, right? Same way you can, this is another tool. Okay, it's looking like this one. Okay, if you see this, oh, sorry, it's going for YouTube. It is looking like this one. Okay, if you see this, you can able to find the screenshot and you can go for DB visualizer also. Okay, so DB visualizer for any database you can go with. Some project they will use this particular DB visualizer also. So this is the tool. DB visualizer be using this way. This is also, if you see this, the tables you have, right? The tables and everything. See, the concept is similar. The concept is you are connecting to underlying database and using that. So DB visualizer is analyzing tool. That's it. So Oracle, SQL Server, DB2, Sybase, MySQL, all this you can go with. You can use this DB visualizer to connect with Redshift. So all this. It is similar to SQL developer. If you see this, right? So nothing difference here. See, this is a toad for Oracle. You can see here, this is what you will be getting the connection. Be getting the connection. It will show you the views, tables. So all this here, you'll be using that. And this is what you can prepare your SQL statement and run it. That's it. This is another tool. The underlying database is Oracle database. Okay. So it's depends on the project. One project they'll be using the DB visualizer. The another project they will be using another tool. Okay. Clear? Any other questions? Yeah, just to do one thing. So if you want to download the DB visualizer, okay. So Toad for Oracle, you know already. DB visualizer download. If you try that, download. Okay, so Windows 10 or 11, whatever it may be, you can download from here. It's a free versions are available. Just go to the particular version. DB visualizer, you try to download this and you can see here Windows 64-bit, right? So with the Java we have. So download this for Windows. Download this and just install it. So whatever the connection we provided here, right? Whatever the connection we have provided here, same way you create one connection for DB visualizer. So that's a different tool. So you may use DB Visualizer, you may use RTOT for Oracle, or you may use SQL Developer, PLSQL Developer, or some project, these GUI tool, we will not have access. They will simply use SQL Plus. Even one of the previous project, we do not have access to this GUI tool. So we should use only SQL Plus. Like this way we have to use, we have to go to this one and we have to connect with the database. Okay, for an example, HR and HR, we have to connect. It will be connected and you have to use select star from the table names, right? Departments. This way we used to do it actually. See, connect with we to show you the data like a table, we will have some statement to be executed. So if you execute, so how you are looking like a tables here, the same way the tables will be looking here also in the SQL Plus also. Okay, it depends on the project. So due to the security reasons, they will not give access to the other front end tools also. So if they are giving the access, maybe it's a data leakage. So they will not give you the access. Some project, they will give access only to this kind of tool. You'll be having a terminal. So with that terminal, you have to connect to the database and you have to query the database. That's it. You'll be seeing the data in this format only. You have to execute some command here. It will show you the data very clearly, like tables. So that way it will show you. But this is not the GUI. Okay, just you have to use everything like a query only. Okay, got it. So it's a different way of querying the database. You'll be having a different tools. So download this particular tool, DB Visualizer, install it, and try to work on it. Okay, so this is also, you might be working on this DB Visualizer in your future projects. Okay, so now we will go to the next topics, aggregate function. I hope everyone is clear about this aggregate functions, but anyhow, I will take one more time. So this aggregate function is very, very important. Okay, so for our real-time projects, this aggregate function is very, very important. So different questions they might be asking by using this aggregate functions. Okay. See, with this, I will explain. So what is aggregate functions? So yeah, we'll go with aggregate function. See, we have seen different single row functions, right? So what is single row functions? So we have seen different single row functions, right? So what is that? Substring, SUB, substring. Can you tell some of the single row functions? Substring, you have instring, right? Instring. So can you tell some 20 substring, sorry, 20 functions? Can you tell that in that way? Yes, definitely you can say, right? So a lot of functions we have seen, around 30 to 40 functions we have seen, like LPAD we have seen, a lot of functions are available. So these are all like a single row function, the round function, we have the date function, right? So a lot of functions are available. What is these functions? The Oracle predefined one. So if you are going to open this function, so Oracle has already written the code. Okay, if it will occupy, okay, it will take 2 arguments, 3 arguments, or 4 arguments. It's like a function overloading, right? Overloading concept with the same function name, different number of argument if you are giving, based on the number of argument, it will perform. Okay, substring you can give 2 arguments, right? 3 arguments. So different way you can give the data. So based on that, it will perform. One single function. These are what is single row function? So the substring you can give. Okay, so welcome. I want to give welcome to Oracle SQL session. Just I'm mentioning that. It means the substring, this single row function can be applied on single row of the data, and then it will give you the data result, right? It will give you. So each and every record it can apply, and then it will give you the data, right? So no need to compare all the data. So if I'm going to apply substring on this particular data, this record, yes, this record alone, it can be applied. and it will give you the result. That is single row functions, all these single row functions. Each and every record it can be applied. But we do have other function called aggregate function. So what is this aggregate function, right? It cannot be executed on single row. Okay, so if you have multiple data, so whatever the data here we have, on all the record, it will compare and then it will give you. The aggregate function always go with column level. Okay, column level this way. So this way it will go for. Remember, aggregate function. So which way it will go for? Column level this way. Okay, remember. So that's a main difference between single row function and aggregate function. So we do have mainly 5 different aggregate functions. So what is that? So like we have minimum of, and max of, sum of, average of, count of. Okay, these functions we have. So what is this? Okay, so these functions are called as aggregate functions. So if you take this particular table, we have the student data, student ID we have, student name we have, year of study, mathematics subject, physics subject, chemistry subject, biology subject. And so these are first year students, second year students, you assume that. For an example, for each year, for each student, I have to find out total marks. So you are one of the student. Okay. So I'm one of the student. Then I want to find out what is the total mark for each student. So how can I find total mark for each student? Then I have to go for select statement this way. So it is like select statement. So you have to use is sometimes this is the same question they will ask you in real time project also. You might be getting this kind of questions. If you have the data this way, if you want to go for addition, okay, addition on row level, then you have to go for select statement. You have to add the columns. That's it. So you have to add the columns. You have to find the total. So what is the total here? You have to go for 342. This is summation 342 if I'm doing it right. This is called row level addition. That you have to go for this way, select statement. Average. See, a lot of a candidate in the interview also, if you ask the same question, how will you find average mark of each student? Then they will say like average of mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology. See, remember, see all these functionality, right? The minimum of, maximum of, sum of, average of, it will take only one column. So it cannot take 2 columns. Okay, remember, it cannot take more than 1 column. It will take only 1 column always. So minimum of, maximum of, sum of. Okay, got it? These are all the basic rules. If you know the basic rules, then you can find the answers. Okay, if I want to find out what is the total marks and average mark, you have to go this way. Average mark is nothing but so all the mark divided by 4 you have to use. That's the average mark. Clear? So you can find it in the single select statement itself. It will give you for all the data. But the question is here, so you have different staff, okay? Teacher, mathematics teacher, physics teacher, chemistry teacher, biology teacher. Then I'm asking question. So what is your, the mathematics teacher, I'm asking this question. What is your subject, the summation of all the marks? Or what is your subject highest mark? Okay, in my subject, the highest mark is 98. He will say, right? In my subject, least mark is 72. In my subject, and this is the summation of all the marks, and the 9 members has attended the exam, and the average mark is 86.5. See, this is for one particular subject. So mathematics, what is the average mark? What is the total mark? So what is the count? So that you can go for. Clear? This one. Okay. You assume that you are into a college. You have different departments, different years, right? You'll be having a, so if it is one particular college, you might be having a different departments, right? You'll be having a CSE department, you will be having IT department, you will be having mechanical departments, ECE department, some electrical department, different way you have. And the same way you will be having a student and their years. So first year, yes, first year. Okay, these students are first year, these students are second year, these students are third year, final year, that way, right? So if I'm asking questions, the CSE, entire CSE, so what is your average mark? Then they will do all the years, completely all the years. They will say like, okay, in CSE, this is the average. IT, this is the average. Mechanical, this is the average, right? So that's the way you can do. But we cannot compare first year student with second year student, right? So we cannot compare first year CSE student with second year CSE student, right? So we have to ask different questions. So what is the average mark for first year? What is the average mark for second year? Means we are grouping the year. So we are grouping the year and we are finding the totals, right? Same way here, if I have first year and second year, I'm grouping all this one into one group, all the second year into one group. If I ask what is the maximum mark, in first year, the maximum mark is 94, right? And second year, the maximum mark is 98. So this way, second year, like 4 members appeared for the exam, and first year, 5 members appeared for the exam. This is the average mark, and this is the average mark. So the same data only, but based on the questions, the query will vary, right? The result will vary. So this is what normally we will do in our real-time project also. Okay, got it? So for an example, and so how many members appeared for chemistry exam? If I ask these questions, see here, one particular person not appeared for the exam. If I ask, if I'm going to take the count, it will give you 8 only. So if I'm going to take count here, it will give you 9, but here it will take 8. So remember, the aggregate function will not consider null value. Okay. Aggregate function will not consider null value. Clear? So definitely it will not consider null value. This is what you can go for. So any questions here? Okay. So we'll go here in the employees table. This is what the table we have. So we can do the aggregate functions in different columns. So can I do aggregate function on numeric? Yes, you can do. Aggregate function on character column? Yes, we can do. Aggregate function on date column? Yes, we can do. But it depends on the aggregate functions. Okay, depends on the numeric or character data types. Some functionality will not applicable. Okay, clear? See here what I'm going to do. So in this particular employees data, we have a lot of, if you right click, if I'm going to count rows, how many rows it's showing? 106. In your system, it might be showing like 107. So why? Because I have deleted one record from here. So 106 records I have. And so if I'm going to take, so out of all the record, so what is the minimum salary? Out of all the records, what is the minimum salary? So if I'm going to ask this question, what is the minimum salary? So if I'm asking you the questions, what will you do normally? If I'm asking minimum salary. So you have to compare with each other and every record, right? First of all, Oracle, what it will do, if I'm asking any aggregate function, it will go for an sorting algorithm. It will go for an sorting algorithm. The first record will be taken as minimum. The last record will be taken as maximum. And row ID will be taken as the count. And this way it will do. Okay. So internally it will do the functionality and it will give you the result. So any aggregate functions, it will each and every record it needs to compare, and based on that it will produce a result. So that is why the aggregate function will take more time. the real-time project also. For an example, I want to find out what is the minimum salary of all the employees. Okay, you are having 106 employees under you, and you are asking one questions: what is the minimum salary I'm giving for all the employees? I can give you like, okay, out of all the employees, I'm giving minimum salary as $2,100 for the minimum. Okay, so I got one particular question. Sum of marks in all subject for a single student cannot be calculated by aggregate function. Yes, correct. Okay, sum of all marks for a single student means, so you are one of the student. If I'm asking, okay, so what is your total marks, then you will add this way. So that you have to go with this way. Select column names addition plus total marks. This is alias name. Okay, total marks is the alias name. Then you will find. Let me check whether this table is available here. Okay, then I will explain this. Then I will go for this one. Okay, 1 minute. So let's start from student. Okay, so this table we do not have. What I will do, same way you can also follow to create it. This sheet I will give it to you. So this is the create table statement. I will give it to you. Just create it. Student ID, student name, year of study, mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology. Okay, if you need the total marks, we can find it. So just to create this table, students has been created. Then go to HR. The left hand side, you can see the students, right? Then go to the data here. So initially it will not have any data. How many datas we have? 9 records we have. So what I will do, 9 times I will create this plus symbol. 9 times we have created. Then copy this data. Okay, copy this data, Control C, and you can paste it here. It will get pasted and commit it. You can see below the insert statement has been created, right? So commit successful has been created. This is a shortcut. I have created the table students. So now I will tell you how to find the total marks for each student. So how will you find? Select column names. I can select the column names from here. Right, all the column names, student ID, student name, year of study, mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, and I can go with total marks. So I can use this way. This is the alias name, total marks, right? Comma. Then the same way I'll go for divided by 4. It's nothing but average of marks from students. Clear? So this is for each and every students we have to find. Got it? So you are getting this. See here, you are getting total marks for each student, but you are not getting the value for this particular student, right? Why? Because he did not appear for the exam. What will you do? We have seen already functions to get the total marks. So what is the one workaround you have to do it? Any idea? That is what these functions are very much used. So if you are going to give null for this particular student, that's a wrong, right? So what is the function you have to use? Yes, correct. You have to use NVL function. Where should I use NVL function? Here. Null if is different. NVL function you have to use. Where should I use? For each and every column we have to use, right? But I will use only for this particular chemistry alone. NVL. And this one we have already seen that, right? You can see total mark is this one. The same way you have to do it for all other columns, but I'm doing only for this particular marks. you are getting the value. So are you able to understand what is the significance of this NVL function? Okay, in real-time project, yes, if you forget to put this NVL function, then your testing team will ask question. If one particular student not appear for the exam, then you are going to give you mark as average mark is like a null. It is wrong actually, right? They will raise an issue. So that is what you have to provide. But here the question is, so what is the maximum mark in mathematics? So what I can do, select max of mathematics. Yes, and give from students. So what is the maximum mark in physics? So I can do the same way. You can use other columns as well. Can I use different columns in single query? Yes, you can use, but not more than one columns. Remember, not more than one columns. You can use minimum also. Minimum of mathematics. Yes, you can use maximum of mathematics, minimum of mathematics, sum of mathematics, average of mathematics, and count of mathematics. So this way you can use. See here. Sorry, what is the error I did? Okay, column name is wrong. Physics. Okay. See, this is the way you have to do. But here average mark is giving more value. So what you have to do? So average of this one, it's giving you more value. So what you have to do? The average of mathematics is giving right more. And go for round function. A round of average of marks, comma 2. Can I use 2 decimal point? Yes. See, this is the way. Clear? Okay. But remember, these aggregate functions, okay, if you are using that, you cannot select any non-aggregated column. Okay, you cannot use non-aggregated column. Can I use who got minimum mark in mathematics? So min of mathematics from students. I want to know who got minimum marks in mathematics. Who got minimum marks in mathematics? 72 Nancy, right? So can I take that information here? Student name. Can I take student underscore name? No, I cannot take it. Remember, this way I cannot take. Why? So why? Because this is minimum of marks, right? It is going to compare all the records. So minimum of mark means we'll go and compare all the records, and so how it will place one value, right? It cannot give you the one student, right? This way you cannot take it. So remember, you cannot select a non-aggregated column along with aggregated column. Clear? If I want to take who got minimum mark, two ways you can take. One is you have to use rank function. The other way you have to use subqueries. So that I will tell you after that. But you cannot select the non-aggregated column with aggregated column. Okay, but this minimum mark, minimum of mathematics, you can get for year wise. I can go with year of study. And you have to group the year. At the end, you have to use group by year. See, first year, minimum mark is 80. Second year, minimum mark is 72. That's the correct information. Okay. But you cannot get who got minimum mark in first year, who got maximum mark in minimum mark in second year. That we cannot take it. We can take only first year, what is the minimum mark? Second year, what is the minimum mark? First year, how many of them enter for the exam? Appeared for the exam? That you have to go for count of, right? So count of this one. This is the way. First year, 5 members. Second year, 4 members. Clear on this? Okay. So this is the way you have to use these functions. Are you clear? If I'm going to use count of chemistry, how many of, so what is the value you'll get it? Count of chemistry. Select count of chemistry from the students. So what is the value you'll get? 8 only, not 9. If you're going to use count of mathematics, it will give you 9, right? See here, 9 it is giving, but chemistry it will give you 8 only. Why? So why? Because one member did not appear for the exam. That's why. I hope you are clear. So this is the way you have to do the aggregate function on the table. Okay, we will go with, we will go with the other tables also. So I will give you the statement here. These statements I will give you. So try to practice this in the same the same file. I'll give you here. Okay. So just make use of this one. Okay. Or I will paste here. This file you can use it. Now I will go to the employees table. In the employees table, if you see this, you go to select, start from employees table. In the employees table, what is the minimum salary? We have seen, right? Minimum of, select min of salary. So what is the minimum salary we are giving for all the employees? So this is the minimum salary. Okay. What is the maximum salary we are giving? We're going with max of. One single statement itself you can put minimum of, maximum of, sum of all this. Okay, maximum. So this is the salary. I'm in my system, this is the salary I'm getting it. Okay, in your system, in your data, some different data also you might be getting it. Okay. And what is the, how many members we are giving the salary? I am asking. Okay. So how many members we are giving the salary? 106 members. In my system, it's 106. In your system, it might be 107. So I have deleted one record. That's why. Count of. Then, so what is the average salary we are giving for all the employees? So you can go for all average salary. So here also you can go for some 2-digit values. So 8202. This is the average salary. So what is the sum of salary? How much salary I'm giving for all the employees, right? You can go for sum of salary. So that's what you can give. Sum of salary is nothing but Oracle will give the summation of all the salary. Okay, you assume that you have some departments. So you are a CEO or you are a owner for that company. In your company, you are asking, okay, what is the summation of salary I'm giving for every year, right? Sorry, every month. So this is the salary I'm giving. Okay. In my organization, I have some 10 departments. 10 departments. Okay, each and every department, how much I'm giving? It's a question. So each and every department, how much I'm giving? See here, this is the one, right? So what I have to do? If I want to do manually calculations, I will do. Okay, 10th department, I'm giving salary like 4,400. 20th department, I'm giving 19,000. So 30th department, how much I'm giving? So that means I'm grouping the department ID, correct? I'm grouping the department IDs and I'm finding the summation, correct? So that's a way you have to use grouping the department ID. That means group by department ID. Department underscore ID, getting the summation of salary. Okay. For each and every department you are giving. But so is that meaningful? See, if you add all this, it will become the salary. Is that meaningful? No, I may not know which department I'm giving the salary, right? If you ask which department I'm giving the salary, I may not know. So I can select this particular column here. Okay, can I select here? Yes, we can select. Why? So as of now, I told, so you cannot select non-aggregated column along with the aggregated column, right? I told. But if you are using non-aggregated column in the group by, then you can select it here. But remember, you have to use meaningful group by column. So when you will go for group by, whenever you have if you are asking some questions, okay, so some wise keyword, okay, department wise, country wise, location wise, right, product wise, what is the sales, total sales, right, product by product, each product. So each product, each country, what is the sales, country wise, state wise, what is the sales, region wise, country wise, what is the sales. It means group by the column name. Can I use group by more than one column? Yes, you can use. See here. See, this is what you have the group by department. Each department, how much I'm giving? See, this is the department ID. So, but it is not in order, right? See, it's not in order. Then after that, you can use order by. So, see, always in SQL statement, use order by at the end of the statement. Okay. Order by one. So, what is the meaning of order by one? One means first column will get order. So, you can use order by one, first column. Yes, you are using this way. Okay. Can I use more than one column, the group by? Yes, you can use more than one column. If you see this, particular table, what is the question I'm going to ask? See, we have the department ID. What is the 20th department I'm giving the salary? 19,000, right? You add all this. What is the 30th department I'm giving the salary? If you add, you have to add all this. That's what it will give you. But the thing is, okay, see, department wise and job wise. See here, how many jobs are there? 30th department, distinct jobs. You have 2 jobs. So that means 30th department, PU clerk, you are giving this much salary. PU man, you are giving this much salary. Got it? Then you can go for one more column also. It's nothing but you can use the other column is job underscore ID. Then you have to select this column also here, right? The same order. So select the same order. Select department ID. If you look at this 30th department, it will give you 30th department. The PU man, it will give you 11,000, and PU clerk, it will give you all this addition of salary. Got it? See here, 30th department, 10th department, 20th department. Okay. These 2 members are there, but the 2 members also, 2 salaries also, they are 2 employees, they are from different departments, very different jobs designation. See here, 30th department, 2 different jobs are there, 2 different jobs employees are there, PU clerk and PU man. And 40th department, only one person, that is HR representative only. And 50th department, yes, 50th department, there are 3 different designations are here. So one designation, this is what. Clear? Can I use more than one column in the group by? Yes, you can use. Within this one, okay, within the 20, so it will go for one more division. That's it. Clear? Okay. So you can use this way. And if you find the data here, okay, order by one I'm using. Order by one I'm using. Now the question is, see, I'm asking you the question, you tell me the answer, okay? In how many departments I'm giving total salary itself, I'm giving less than 20,000. So each and every department I'm giving summation of some amount, okay? How many departments I'm giving total salary itself less than 20,000? How many departments? You see the result and tell me the answer. How many departments I'm giving the total salary itself less than 20,000? Less than 20,000. So that means you are filtering the record. You are filtering the record after the summation, right? These many departments, I'm giving the total salary less than 20,000. Am I correct? That means if you want to filter on the group by resultant, okay, if you want to filter on the group by resultant, what you have to do? You have to use the having class. Having sum of salary, right? Sum of salary less than 20,000. Clear? Okay, these many departments you are giving sum of salary less than 20,000. But if you are going to give this way, whether your uh, the organization CEO will understand that, they will ask question. They're asking questions. How many departments? How many departments I'm giving total salary less than 20,000? You are saying that these many departments you are giving this way, then that is not the meaningful one. Okay, I got one question. In department ID, we have one null columns. Yes, correct. In department ID, we have one null column. That is why we are getting the null value. If you do not want to use this null value column, what is the filter condition you have to use? Can I use having class here? Having department ID is not null. Is that correct? Having department ID is not null. No, you have to use, this is the department ID is the physical column. See here, if you have any filter condition on the physical column, so department ID, we have one particular department, you have null value. So that's why you are getting salary as 7,000 for that particular record, right? 7,000, you are getting that null value. If you want to remove this null value, you have to use where clause. Where I have to use the where clause? So remember, after from class, you have to use the where clause. Okay, where department underscore ID is not null. Clear? Department ID is not null. So that is what you have to use. Department ID is not null. This is removing it. But the question is, the your company CEO will ask, what is the 10th department? What is 20th? What is 40? You need the department name. Okay. Can we use where condition for this? Yes, we can use where condition for this. So where? So this is what we have to use. Okay. So department ID, sum of salary from employees having. So what you have to do? Having class always come with aggregate function. Having sum of, having average of, having minimum of, having summation of, in that way only. Having sum of salary greater than 1 lakh. Okay. So this is what, see, two departments, but here they will ask, what is the department name? Do you know what is 50? From where you will get it? What is 50th department? From where you can get? Can I get it from department name from employees table? No. Do we have employees table department name? No. From which table I have to get? I have to get from departments table, right? To get the departments table. 50 is nothing but shipping department. 80 is nothing but sales department. So how will you bring that into this particular query? How will you bring that information? So that is what joins are very, very important. See, this is employees table. How will you use the joins? I have already explained joins. Select column names from first table, right? We'll go for alias name E, inner join, second table departments D. So this is on inner join, right? You have to use on class, correct? On E dot department ID equal to D dot department underscore ID, right? So this is the way you have to use join class. Okay, if I'm going to execute this, will it work? I'm getting error. So what is error I'm getting? Column ambiguously defined. If I get this particular error, that means you are selecting the columns, right? Whatever the column you are selecting, so that column name is there in two different tables. That's why. So you have to use which table you are taking this particular department ID. I can say it's a department ID from employees table. You can take employees table. Yes. Again, it's saying that column. So group by. So here we have to use e dot department ID. So we are getting that. But yeah, I'm getting the result. But why I have used a join, right? I have used a join to take the department name only. That's why, right? You have to use d dot department underscore name. Yes, correct. D dot department name. That means from the D table, I'm taking the department name. You can execute now. Oh, I'm getting the error. So what is the error I'm getting? See here, this is the error. You might be doing it. Okay. You might be doing it. Please listen here. So how can I do it? Always see, already I have explained this same concept. I'm telling one more time. Can you select non-aggregated column with aggregated column? Can you select non-aggregated column with aggregated column? Yes, you can select if these columns are in group by, right? So group by how many columns I have mentioned? Only one column. So you have to use this column also in the group by, comma, this one. Clear? See here. This is what you have to get the 50th department from shipping, 80th department from sales. So this is what you have to build SQL query. Clear? Clear on this? Select all this. See, what is the statement we have used? In this statement, we have used from class join. Then if I do not want where class, this where class, if I do not want, I can use this where class also here. Where should I use this where class? Which place I have to use? After this on, I have to use the where class. Okay. So column ambiguously defined. That means D dot department ID or whatever it may be. E dot department ID is not null. Clear on this? So if you use all the statement in one particular SQL query, you have to use from class. After that, where class. After that, group by. After that, having class. After that, order by. So this is the order you have to use. If you are changing the order in Oracle, the query will not work. See here, from class, where class, group by, having, then order by. Order by one. Okay. So this is the way you have to use it. Clear on this? You have to use practice, more practice. That's what you will get it. So this is on the numeric column. Can I use minimum, maximum on character column? Can I use minimum, maximum on the character column? Can I use minimum on the first name? Is the query will work? Will work? Any idea? No? It will work. Okay. If you are going to execute this aggregate function on the character column based on the ASCII value, okay, based on the ASCII value, it will work. So what is the minimum of ASCII value of all this data? It will give you. So based on the, if you are going to use this way, order by second column, right? Order by two is nothing but second column. The Adam is the first one, and last one is John. So why John is? So we have already seen this concept, right? Order by itself. I do not want to explain one more time. So here, if you're going with max of first name, can I use? Yes, it will give you John. See here, minimum is Adam, maximum is John. Can I use sum of first name? Is it possible? No, this is not possible. It will not give you the error. So it will give you the error, right? So it is not possible. Can I use count of first name? Count of first name? Yes, you can use count of first name. It will give you the result. See here, count of first name. Okay, so totally 106 members we have. Okay, this is what you can go for maximum of. Can I use that same thing on the count of it will work, and average of first name it will not work. Okay, so average of first name it will not work. Date column we can go with minimum of maximum of. Select min of hire date. What is the minimum date? So mostly we'll go for minimum of transactional date. So all this we'll use employees. If you see here, so minimum of hire date is this one. Max of hire date. Yes, you can go for max of hire date. It will give you the result. Clear? Any questions on aggregate functions? You have to practice more and more. What I will do, normally this table I will give you this particular exercise. I will give you this particular one I will give you as exercise. But what I will do, I will create this table. I have a create table statement. No. Okay. So I will use create table statement to create this one. This table. I have asked you to find out these questions. So I will ask you the questions. You just to frame the query. Okay. I got one question you have mentioned. Okay, this is the question. Anyone wants to answer? You mentioned aggregate function with non-aggregate function in the no. Aggregate function with non-aggregate column, non-aggregated column, right? See, this way you cannot use it. See, if you don't use the group by, can you use this way? Can you use this way? No, right? You cannot use. This is aggregated column value. This is non-aggregated column. That's what I meant. Okay. What is non-aggregate function? Non-aggregate column. Okay. So this table I will create it. So simply it will take 1 minute only. Create table. I'll create a table called employee. Open bracket. Sorry. So I will give you the create statement also. Employee ID is number. Employee name. Date of birth is date. Employee name is varchar2 of 30. Date of birth is date column. Salary is number. Skill set is varchar2 of 30. City varchar2 of 30. Country varchar2 of 30. Right? Name is already used to be an existing object. We have already table. Okay, this table I will drop it. I do not want this table. Drop table. Table name. Then I will create the table. I have created. Okay, if you refresh this table, it will have the tables list. So now it has how many records I have. So 26 records I have, right? So I will manually do it. 26 records. The date column only it may give error. We'll see. Control C. Control V. If it is taking correctly, yes, it will take. We'll see. Commit. Yeah. One error. I think saved. Select star from employee. Okay, I think one error has appeared. Some date column only it is throwing error. 9th record. 2nd February 2016. Okay, so it's 2023 it is taking, not 2023. 2016. 2nd February 2016. Okay, so we need to do some manual work actually. I got one question in group by that aggregated column should be there. Yes, definitely it should be there. In the HR schema, there is already one employee table, right? It's showing in the left panel. Yes, that only I'm using. The employee table, I have already dropped it and recreated it. Okay. I have dropped this table and recreated it one more time. I'm getting the error in the date columns actually. Okay, so that's the error I'm getting. This is not the employee table. It's giving you the data for logs for this one. Okay. I think for all the date columns I need to do 2nd October 2016. This way I have to do for all the records. Second October 2016. This way I have to do. Otherwise, what I have to do, I have to go for I need to use this Excel sheet itself. I have to change the format and I have to copy it. Some records. Skill set. You have given us varchar city, country, varchar of 30, service number, dates, varchar number only. Okay, I will check this. I will fix this. Okay, so what you can do, one more thing, you can import this data from a file also. Okay, that I will tell you.
Yes, we would be able to do.
Okay, so here I have taken the table. I have created the table and I have imported the data to the table. You can see this data are available in the table. It is nothing but it's employees data, employee name, their date of birth, and their salary. And what is their salary and what is their skill set, and which city they are working from, and which country they are working from. So we do have different questions. We will answer one by one all the questions. So find total number of employees. So if I want to find out total number of employees, just you have to go for select count of star employee table. The table name is employee here. We have 26 employees, right? Okay, totally you have 26 employees. So find city wise total number of employees. So city wise. So what I have to do? City wise total number of employees. You have to go for group by. Okay, you assume that you are working in a company. There are a lot of employees are there in the company. You have to find out each city how many employees are working. So if they're asking this way questions, group by city, right? Okay, so city name. Okay, so each city, these many employees are working. If you add all this, it will become 26. But without city name, how do you know, right? You can use city name here. City name. Okay, Hyderabad, 4 employees are working. So this particular location, right? Okay. So country wise, city wise, how many of them are working? How will you find? Country wise. You can go for group by country, comma city, right? And select the country also here. So in one country, in USA, these many cities are there, right? These many cities are there. In the city, this is what the employees are working. In India, these many cities are there. So this is what the employees are working. So you can get the data in this way. Okay, group by country and then city. You're getting, if you add all this, it will become 26. This is another question. Find the total number of employees in each country. Country alone, they are asking. So what will you do? Country alone. You have to remove the city. That's it, right? Remove the city, country alone. India, 11 members are working. USA, 15 members are working. So that's what the above query also will return the data. Okay. Total number of employees in India alone. See here, I'm asking total number of employees in India alone. So that means I'm giving the value, right? I'm giving the value. I'm asking you how many employees are working in India. It means I'm giving you the hard-coded value. Each country means I do not know the country, right? See, there might be a India, USA, UK, different countries, each country. So how many distinct countries are there? You have to find. So that's a different. And this is different question. The fourth question is find total number of employees in India. This is total number of, sorry. This is total number of employees. I have to go for in India. So what I have to do? Where country equal to India. So this way can I select? If I select, I'm getting 0. Why? What is the changes I have to do? I have to go for, so data are case sensitive. So 11 members are working in India. Clear? Okay. Find the cities where more than 3 employees are working in India alone. Okay. So find the cities where more than 3 employees are working in India. See, first of all, we will find how many employees are working in each city, right? In each city, how many employees are working in India? So in India, group by city, correct? Group by city name. In India, these cities, the employees are working. So remember, in India, how many employees are working? 11. If you look at here, how the 11 is 6, 8, 11. See, these many employees are working. The question is, if from find the cities where more than 3 employees are working. So on this data, I have to filter, right? More than 3 employees are working. Which city more than 3 employees are working? Hyderabad. So how can I take this data? Should I use where class? No, I have to go for having class. So having count of star greater than 3. So you'll get only Hyderabad. So Hyderabad. So this is what you have to use. Now you are clear, right? What is that having class will work. See, remember having is always come with group by. Without group by, you cannot use having class. You can use where class alone. You can use group by alone. You can use order by alone, but having class is always come with group by. Remember, having class always come with group by. Okay. So now I'll go with who is the youngest person. Who is the youngest person from here? If I want to take, see different way I can take. I can go for rank and then I can do the youngest person. But here I have to use the subqueries. So like this I have to use. So your youngest person means, so what is the maximum date of birth, right? So sorry. So what is the maximum date of birth? If you see this one I have to explain you subqueries, but I will take. So this is the one, right? And which employee, select start from employee table where this date of birth, right? Date of birth equal to this date of birth, right? So whichever the date of birth. That's why this person is youngest person. Youngest person. If you check, this is what eldest person means minimum of date of birth. That's it. Who is this person, right? This way I can find. Okay, clear? So in which skill set highest number of employees are working? So how will you find in which skill set how much highest number of employees are working? First of all, I have to find out in each skill set how many employees are working, right? So in each skill set how many employees are working? I have to go with this way. Skill set. Group by skill set. Remove this where class I do not want. And I do not want the having class also. I may not know, right? See, first of all, we will find this is what you can go with order by one descending. If you sorry, order by two descending. In Java, more number of person is working, but we have to take the top one, correct? So you have to take the top one. So how will you take the top one? Here also you have to use the subqueries, right? So 8 also you have to use the subqueries, but so if you are using this way, it will select only one record, but you have to go for where top one you have to take. If you ask this question, I can go with rank. Okay, rank I can take, but here you have to use subqueries. After taking the subqueries, I will explain this. You will get to know. Okay. Is there any employee with same name? Is there any employee with same name? So how will you identify is there any employee with the same name? Manually, how will you identify? So what we can do, we will group the employee name, right? We'll group on employee name, take the count. If the count is greater than 1, say group by employee name, count 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. If you group it, you'll be getting count equal to 2. Yes, right? So what you have to do, first of all, we will take count of the employee name. Instead of skill set, you will go for employee name, EMP underscore name, count of star, group by employee name. So we are getting count, but this John only we are getting 2. That means with same name, right? So if I have to filter out this record alone, how will you filter out? Which class you will use? Can I use where count of star equal to 2? No, you have to use having. So you have to use having count of star greater than 1. Yes, we have John 2 times is present. So that's what you have to use having class. I hope you are clear how you have to use the having class, right? Same name. Is there any duplicate record in the employee ID? Is there any duplicate record in the employee ID? No, right? Is there any duplicate record in the employee ID? But how will you identify if you have millions of record? So instead of using the employee name here, I have to put employee ID here. That's it. Correct. Is there any duplicate? So sometimes they will ask this type of question. There is no duplicate on the employee ID. Clear? So you have the count. So if you take this way, so all the count you will get one only. If you have any duplicate record on this employee ID, you will get count is more than one. That's what you can find it. Clear? So create this table, do this kind of questions more and more. By yourself, you can ask more questions. Okay. So this way, how many members are there? In each city wise, skill set wise, how many of them are getting salary? So, so in the data birth, how many of them born on the same year, same month? Yeah, you can ask this type of question. Okay, same year, same month. You have to use the same way, group by. You have to find the month. You can use extract, and you can use the same way, the group by on that particular column. You have to find. Okay, will you able to find? So find one question. Find employees those born on same month, same year. Okay. So this way you find this type of questions. Easily you can able to answer it. So first create this table, load the data and answer these questions and do this. This is what aggregate function. Okay, clear? Any questions on aggregate function? So I have given all this statement also. Just to go through, you can able to do. And if you see this employees table itself, select star from employees table. I want to tell you, I have already explained this. The column, okay, we have the commission percentage column. The manager ID column, we have one null value, right? If I'm going to take the count of manager ID, right? Manager underscore ID. Column name, you can give uppercase, lowercase, not an issue. Count of manager ID, only one null value. So it should give 105 only. See here, count of manager ID. Count of commission percentage. Then how will you identify how many employees we have without manager ID? How will you identify? Any idea? Without manager ID. Where manager underscore ID is null, correct? 0. Why? Yes, you are taking the manager ID here with null value. If you do count on null value, you will get null only, right? 0 only. That's why you have to use star here. See, one employee with star means it will consider all the columns. That's why it's giving you the data. Clear? Okay. I got one question. So what is this null if will do? Okay, so I want to explain this. See, I have already explained. If you're not clear, listen one more time. Null if will compare two columns. Okay. First column, second column value. If both the column values are equal, it will return null. So what is the result of this statement? If both are equal, it will return null. Am I correct? It will return null. If both are not equal, what it will return? It will return true. 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 It will return true first
12.
statement itself. Okay. Then question is select first name, comma, last name from employees. See, I have already explained this. If you're asking this question one more time, I'll explain. See, my question is there any employee with first name equal to last name? How will you identify first name equal to last name? What is the question query you will use? Where simply you can use first name equal to last name, right? Is there any record? Yes, Nina. We have one record with first name, right? So employee ID, comma, which record? 101. So if you see this record, first name equal to last name. Yes. What is the first name? Nina. If this is equal to this one, see, instead of writing this one, I can go with this way, right? First name. What is the first name? Nina. What is the last name? Nina. Right? Nina. So if I'm going to use null if, what is the result you will get? Tell me. For this null if Nina equal to Nina. What is the result you will get for null if? Please ping me. What is the result you will get? I cannot explain more than this. Null if of, if both are equal, you'll get equal. Can I equal to null? Can I equate it this way? Can I equate it this way?
No,
See,
no, we cannot.
this also I have already taken. How will you equate? It's null, right?
Is null.
It's null.
Yes.
So this condition is true or not? Tell me.
No, it cannot be true. We have the syntax null if Nina, comma Nina. It will.
Okay. So others, please tell me whether this is equal condition. This is true or false. See, null if of 12, 12, it is giving you what is the data it is giving you. Null it is giving you. That same thing I'm using here. Null if of Nina, Nina. What is the value it will return? Null, right? Null is null. I'm equating whether it is true or false. True only, right? So what is the result it will give you? What is the result it will give you? It will give you the result as what is the result it will give you? It will give you the result as null only, right? For this Nina, it will give you. Am I correct? See, here you should not use equal, you should use e comma. So it is giving you null is null, right? See, this is not the correct way. We will put the column name, last name. See, this is the way I have used. That's it. Last name, first name equal to last name, not first name equal to first name. First name, if you use first name, sorry, last name, you will get all the record. Last name. See, you are getting only one record. This is what I have explained. Okay, this is null if function. Even if you are not clear, I'm not sure how to explain this. Okay. Yeah. So this one, we'll go to the other concept. So practice all the aggregate functions. So I have given here. So what is this aggregate function? How it will do all this order by, group by, everything I have given. The statement also I have taken. So just look at this. Then I will go for. Okay. So. I'll go for subqueries. So what is subqueries? So whenever you have more than one statement, more than one select statement, if you are going to write in a single query, that is subquery. If you look at this one, the statement select, then inside you are writing one more select, that is subquery. You can write select. Inside you can go for one more select statement also, nested select. Multiple select you can write. So this is called inner query. This is called outer query. So in the normal SQL statement, the inner query will give you the result. Okay, inner query will give you the result. The resultant will be passed to the outer query. This resultant, this is what it will be executed first. Inner query will be executed first. This resultant will be passed to the outer query. Then outer query will get the data, it will execute. Clear? This is what normally. So you can write different way. You can go for select statement, any DML statement also. Insert into select, update select, delete select. That's the way you can do. And we have 4 different subqueries are there. One is single row subquery, multi-row subquery, multi-row, multi-column subquery, and correlated subquery. There are 4 different subqueries are available. So what is that? We will see one by one. Single row subquery means, remember, this is inner query, right? This inside the select statement is called inner query. This inner query, if it is returning only one row, that query is called single row subquery. So what is that meaning? If this query is returning only one row, that means it is a single row subquery. Yeah. What is the doubt? Okay. So if you see this statement, okay, single row subquery, there are 4 different subqueries are there. What is that? Single row subquery, multi-row subquery, multi-row, multi-column subquery, and correlated subquery. We will see one by one. So what is single row subquery? Whenever you are writing a query, okay, like this, select statement, if the inside query is returning only one row, that means it's a single row subquery. If it is single row subquery, here you will be writing some relational operator. So that relational operator should be these relational operators only: equal, not equal. So how will you use not equal in SQL function? You can use exclamatory equal or less than greater than symbol. Equal, not equal, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. So these relational operator, if you are using here, okay, if you are using here, Oracle will assume that this is in single row subquery. Clear? If you are using these relational operator here, Oracle will assume that this is a single row subquery. Okay. So what is the meaning? So last time I have asked this question. Select star from employees table. If you take this table, so here I have the data, and the question is, who is getting minimum salary, or who has joined very first to the company, right? This is the one question. Who has joined very first to the company? So how will you identify? So first of all, I will identify the max of hire date. Okay, minimum of hire date is the first person who has joined, right? Which date he has joined? This is the date. Minimum of hire date from employees, right? This date. This is the date, first date. Can I take who has joined before? Sorry, on this particular date? Is it possible? I can write this way, right?
No, we have to use group by.
Okay, group by which column you have to use?
Group by we have to use first name.
Okay, so what is the result you will get
It
if I
will
use
fetch
this way?
all the employee. Yeah, it will fetch all the employee date with the no. We have to add
Okay,
more.
see, my question is who has joined very first to the company, right? The
Yes.
first person who has joined to the company.
Yes, we have to add condition having minimum of hire date. Yeah, the hire date equal to minimum of hire date. Having
Okay, so having
hire date equal to condition, we have to add hire date with the minimum of hire date equal to minimum of hire date.
minimum of hire date. Is that correct? First of all, this query will work. Having class when will you use?
Having,
Group by resultant, right?
okay, where we
See,
have
this is the
to.
group by resultant. See, this is the group by resultant. That means you are using this filter condition on top of this one. Is that correct? Whatever you are mentioning, is that correct? See, if
No.
you know the definite answer, then you can use here having class. Okay, having higher date, some having count
Okay.
of, having minimum of, right? If you
Okay.
know the
So we
definite
have to
answer,
use.
then you can use.
Okay.
When will you use having class? Having class to filter out record on group by. But my question is not correct. Sorry, my question is different question.
Okay.
My
So
question
where
is,
do we have to use where class where
mhm,
do we have to
where
use
class?
where yeah
Where
where
where should I use where class?
after from employees where
Okay, where
hire date equal to minimum of hire date.
where higher date equal to minimum of
Uh,
higher date. Is that
we
work?
can
It will
use
work.
two char. Yeah, we can use two char to like DDMM करके. Like we can use particular date.
Mhm.
No.
Whether this is correct? See, where class, when will you use where class? See, when will you use where class? Where class you have to use on the physical column. Yes, correct. It is a higher date, it's a physical column. You are
Yes.
equating some condition, right? See, if you are using
Mm-hmm.
this way, whether it will give you the correct data? No,
No,
it
no.
should be a value, not a column name.
Yeah, like
Should be a
MMYY, we
value,
are
right?
converting it into. Yeah,
What is the value you will use?
we will use.
Okay,
I got
but my
confused
question
there.
is
Yeah.
very simple. My question is very simple. See, if you are using this way, okay, leave it. If you are using this way, I asked who has joined very first to the company. That's a question. First name, minimum
Okay,
of hire
only
date,
one. Mhm.
group by first name. If you use this way, what will happen? Is that the correct way? What is the meaning of this query? Now I'm asking. This query will work. Whether this query will work? Yes, it will work.
Mhm.
What is the answer you will get? See,
All the name you will get. Yeah, no.
It will give the
if
join date of each employee.
yes,
Mhm.
correct. If two Nancys are there, right? For an example, Nancy, this is the join date. Okay. If one more Nancy is there, right, in this table, one more Nancy. So her join date is some 20th of August 2002. So what this query will do? Query will combine first name. Yes, first name. It will combine this Nancy and Nancy. Minimum of hire date is this date, correct? So for this result, you will get this record, right? If
Okay.
every first name is unique, means you will get all the record. So you are not
Mhm.
getting all the record, only 93 records you are getting. That means, okay, this is not correct. My question is, who got joined very first? So first we will find what is the minimum date, right? Minimum date. This is the minimum date. Who has joined on this particular date? So we have to use select star from employees table where, correct, where hire date equal to this date. Shrindra, you are raising the hands. Already I have unmuted. If you have questions, you can ask me. I'm not sure whether you're having a question or not. So if you are using where class, you have to pass a value. Are you passing a value here? Yes. If you select the statement, it is giving you the value. This value will be passed here. And this query equal to is nothing but this is the one equal to the state you are using. But if you are saying that you have to use to-char all this functionality, that means you are hard coding the value. You should not hard code, right? Today, this particular person is the minimum. If you are reloading the data, if some other person is minimum hire date, then this query will give you wrong data, right? This query. So for that, you have to use this way. Okay. So this is called
Okay, I got,
single row subquery.
yeah, I got it now. Yeah, I were not using subqueries. I was like making the query with the previous concepts. Actually.
Okay. So let me explain all the concept first. Then if you have any questions, ask me. Okay. Yeah. See, this is the single row subquery. So why it is single row subquery? The inner query, if you see this inner query, it is returning only one row, right? Minimum of. Even if you have millions of data, this aggregate function will give you only one record. Am I correct? You have millions of data. Max of salary will give you only one data, right? Minimum of salary will give you one data. So that means this is single row subquery. Okay. Okay. Who has joined latest one? Yeah. So please be on mute. So it's recording, right? So it will get disturbed. And if you have any questions, yes, you can ask me at the end. See, who has joined the latest, the hired employees can go for maximum. Yes, why 2 records we are getting? Is this single row subquery or multi-row subquery? Still, it is a single row subquery only. Why? The inner query is returning only one row, right? Sorry. The inner query is returning only one row. But on this particular date, 2 members has joined, right? See here. On this date, 2 members joined. So this is the latest hired date on this entire employees data. So 2 members finally we have hired. These are the 2 members. Got it? Who has joined latest to our company? But we are getting 2 records. But this is not multi-row subquery. Still, it is a single row subquery. If you are using equal symbol here, it's a single row subquery. Clear? So this is the way. Okay. So who is getting minimum salary? Who is getting minimum salary? Select min of salary from employees. The minimum salary means today you might be having different salary. Tomorrow it might be a different salary. If data is getting loaded, tomorrow it might be a different salary, maximum salary also, right? So who is getting this minimum salary or who is getting this maximum salary? So you cannot hard code the value, right? You have to use select star from employees where salary equal to this salary, right? Salary. So this is what you have to use, right? So you have to use this way. Instead of hard coding the value, we are using that statement here. Simply you are using the statement here, right? So today it might be a higher salary, but later it might be a different salary. That's why we should not use hard coded value. You should go for subqueries. Whether it is a single row subquery or multi-row subquery, still it is a single row subquery only. It is returning only one row. Maximum will return only one row. If you are not using group by, definitely even if you have millions of record, it will give you only one record. Remember this, okay? Okay. So how many of the employees are getting more than the average of salary? More than the average of salary. How many employees are getting more than the average of salary? First, we will find what is the average of salary. What is the average of salary? How many members are getting more than this salary? More than 8,200. That means you have to use greater than. Whether it is a single row or multi-row, it is returning more queries because of outer query, not inner query. The inner query is returning only one row only, right? Average salary, only one row. If you are using these statements, as I told, it is a single row subquery. Remember this. Single row subquery, okay? This is what. Okay, now we will see some examples. This is a question. So select the employees whose employee job is the same as the job of Stephen. So this is the one question. Okay. So select the employee whose employee job is same as the job of Stephen. So what will you do? First, we will find what is the job of Stephen, right? So select job ID from employees where where first name. We take this way, where first name equal to this name. Am I correct? First name equal to this name. Okay, ST clerk. Select the employees whose employee job is same as the job of this one. That means, so overall working as ST clerk. That's it, right? Select star from employees where job underscore ID equal to this one. Am I correct? See, who are all working as a ST clerk. See, one particular name should be a Stephen. Stephen, right? Where is the Stephen here? Yes. See, who are all whose employee job is the same as job of Stephen. Okay, Stephen job is ST clerk, and who are all working as a ST clerk, that we are getting it. Clear? So this is a single row subquery. It is not a multi-row subquery. This is a single row subquery. Okay, this is the one. And James, the same question will go for the James. So first of all, we will find so what is the same question. We'll go for James. Okay, James I will take. So whether it is inner single row subquery or multi-row subquery, we'll see. See, I'm getting two records. Two records. See, is it single row subquery or multi-row subquery? It is a two records. It's returning, but the thing is, two of them are same, right? So if I want to take out of these two, I have to take one. What I have to do? Out of two, I have to take one. Two ways you can do, right? So how will you take out of these two records? I have to take one record. You can go for a distinct of job ID, right? Yes, ST clerk. The other way is, how can I use other way? See here, inner query. In the two records, I need to take one record. The other way, how will you use? Group by. So use group by here. After where class, you have to use group by, right? Group by job ID. So if you select this, the above query and this query is the same, right? ST clerk. And who are all working as ST clerks? Sorry. So that we are taking. And here, if you see this, Now you can use select job ID equal to this one. Clear? See, ST clerk. We are getting it, James. Okay, this is correct. See, since we have used group by, it is selecting one. But one more question. James we have used. And Stephen we are using. Stephen. So what is Stephen? Who are all working the same like a Stephen. This is Stephen, right? Now I'm going with Stephen. So I will select. So what is the job ID? ST clerk. Okay, ST clerk. We are. I have removed one record, right? So that record also Stephen only with another job ID actually. You see this in your system, you will get two records. So I have deleted one record right now in my system. 107 record was there. So one record I have deleted. So that is nothing but Stephen with a different job ID. It means two job IDs, two distinct job ID is returning. You cannot select this one equal to this one. We have to go for multi-row subquery. So that I will take later. Okay. So here select the employees whose salary is more than the maximum salary of the job is sales manager. Okay. So got the question? Select the employees whose salary more than the maximum salary of the sales manager. Say you have 10 sales manager. Out of 10 sales manager, one sales manager is getting more salary, like 1 lakh. Other sales managers are getting less than the 1 lakh, 85,000, 80,000. So maximum salary of the sales manager. That means you assume that 1 lakh. Whose salary more than this? Overall getting more than 1 lakh. That's the meaning, right? So first we have to take job ID sales manager, right? So how will you use sales manager? Do we have any sales manager here, job? Select star from employees. Do we have any sales manager job here? No, we could not able to find here. So where I can find? In the jobs table, I have the jobs, job title, the sales manager. So for that, I'm taking job ID. Okay, clear? So if you select the jobs table, you have the job ID called SA_man. It is nothing but sales manager. Okay. So what is this sales manager's maximum salary, right? That's what you have to select this way. Select max of, see, that is inner query. This query I'm using like inner query. Select. See, you have 10 sales manager in your company. One manager is getting 10,000, 20,000. That way you assume 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000. Out of all the sales manager, 10,000 is, sorry, 1 lakh is the highest salary, right? So are getting, first of all, what is the job ID of sales manager? Who are all working as a sales manager? Out of all the sales manager, what is the maximum salary? Right? 14,000. Who are all getting more than this salary? That means select star from employees where salary greater than the salary. Am I correct? One more nested function. See here. See, these many employees are getting more than the salary of sales manager. All the sales managers. Got it? See, you have to do first inner query. You have to understand. Sales manager, we do not have directly in the employees table. That's why we found what is the job ID of the sales manager. That is equal to what is the all the sales manager maximum salary. Then who are all getting more than the maximum salary of all the sales manager. Got it? Are you able to understand? Yes. Okay. See, it might be little confusing you, but one by one, if you are practicing, first any subqueries you are seeing that, right? In any real-time project, if you are seeing subqueries, from where you have to check. If you are seeing this query, okay, from where you have to check? First, you have to check the inner query. See, this is the query, right? If you keep the cursor here, it will show you this one. Then after that, inside we have one more query. Okay, we have used select statement. Okay, one more select statement. That means first you have to run this query. You have to check the data. So all are like single row subquery only, right? See here, you should not select the closed bracket. If you're selecting closed bracket here also you have to open bracket you have to select. See, this is single row. This is also single row. Clear? Okay. So like this, I have given some queries. Will you able to check these queries? Sum of salary of jobs. If the sum of salary of the jobs are more than the sum of salary of the clerk. See, first you have to find out what is the sum of salary of the clerk. It's more than that particular salary. So that's what we have to say. Take job ID, sum of salary of the jobs. Okay, sum of salary of the jobs. This is the one, right? Sum of salary of the jobs. If the sum of salary of the jobs are more than, so that's why we are using it. First you have to use inner query. After that you have to use outer query. So one by one, just interpret. You can able to do that. Okay. So now we will go with the multi-row subquery. See, multi-row subquery means I want to select. Okay, this is the question. The question is, see, we have taken maximum salaried employee, right? Highest salaried employee. Highest salaried employee we have taken. Yes. So now what I'm going to do. So this is the highest salaried employee. Highest salary. And if you equate this particular value to outside, then you will get highest salaried employee. But the thing is, if you assume that you have one company, there are 10 departments are there in your company. You are asking all the employees stand before you. Then you are asking, okay, who is getting maximum salary? That means only one person will come out, right, out of all the employees. But here the question is, who is getting maximum salary in each department? If you have 10 departments, how many employees you will get? Minimum you will get 10. If each department same salary, if some of the members are getting, you may get more than that also. So that means you are grouping it, right? So each department who is getting maximum salary. So if you have 10 departments, you need to get at least 10 employees, right? So that means group by department ID, right? Is this single row subquery or multi-row subquery? This is multi-row subquery. Why? Why? Because this inner query is returning more than one row. That means it's a multi-row subquery. If it is multi-row subquery, can I use this equal symbol? No, I cannot use it. So that's why if you're executing the statement, you'll get this error like single row subquery returns more than one row. Why you are getting this error? So why? Because if you are using equal symbol, Oracle will expect that it should be a single row subquery. But actually we are getting more than one row. So that's why single row subquery returns more than one row. That means Oracle is expecting single row, but you are getting more than one row. To avoid this error, so if you are using inner query is more than one row, then you have to go with in keyword or not in keyword. Okay, in keyword or not in keyword instead of equal. Okay, I will use here in keyword. Okay. If you look at this in keyword, it is giving you the data. What is the question here? What is the question here? Select the employees overall getting maximum salary in each department. Highest salaried employee in each department. That is the question. Highest salaried employee in each department or department wise. Okay. So if you see the result, are we getting this correct data? 10th department, this employee is the highest salaried employee. Yes, is correct. 20th department, yes, this employee is the highest salaried employee. 30th also correct. 40th also correct. Right? 50th department, if you see this, it is giving you 2 records. That means 6,500 also it's giving highest salary employee. Those who are getting 8,200 also it's giving like highest salary employee. Is that correct? No, right? No, it is not correct. So why it is giving you the data? See, in front of you there are 1,000 employees are standing. You are simply calling them with this query. That means overall getting the salary, you come front. That's what you are asking, right? Select star from employees where salary in this salary. Overall getting this salary, they will come the salary. That is why 8,200, 6,500 overall getting the salary they are coming. So that's why you are getting more than one record for 50th department, right? 6,500 also. Why 6,500 you are getting? 6,500 is the maximum salary in 40th department. That is equated with other record also. That's why you are getting in 50th department also. So we should not get this way. So to take that record alone, you have to call the query in different way. That means in this particular department wise, this department overall getting this salary you come. That's what, right? This department who is getting this salary you come. This department who is getting this salary you come. This department who is getting this salary you come front. That's what you have to ask. So instead of one column, you have to take 2 columns. So here also you have to equate with 2 columns on the same order. Department ID, comma salary. Whenever you are using 2 columns, you have to use bracket here. Okay. So this way, if you go and check now it's correct. Only one employee you are getting 50th, 60th, 70, 80, 90, 100. Are you clear? This is multi-row or single row? This is multi-row subquery. Correct. Yes. This is multi-row subquery. Yeah, yes. Stranger, what is the question? You have a question? Okay. So this is the multi-row subquery. Clear? Multi-row subquery. This is the way you have to ask. Here we have, you can go with in class, not in class. What is not in class? Say for an example, not in class. I will use this way. You have the two tables, right? We have employees tables and departments tables. You have employees table here. You assume that you have employees table. You have departments table here. See, in the departments table, we have the department ID. This one we have used in joins itself. We have the department name. Okay. Department ID, department name. You have the department ID 10, 20, 30, this way. This way you have. Okay. In this department table, in this employees table, employees are from department ID 20, 30, 10, 40, 20, 40, 50, 20, 30. Okay, my question is, in which department I do not have employee? By seeing this, how will you identify? In which department I do not have employee? So that means we have used a right outer join. Remember, right outer join, then use left side and is null. Then you will get records from these departments, right? These departments, I do not have any employee. Am I correct? So why? Because you will get all the record matching. For these departments, you will get null values. 60, 70, 80. You do not have any employees. But the same question you can do it in the subquery also. What will you do? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select the distinct department ID from here. So how many distinct departments IDs are there? You have 10? Yes. 20? Yes. 30? Yes. 40? 50? Yes. So I'm going to select distinct department ID from here. Whatever the department ID is available here, okay. Whatever the department ID is available here, but not available here, right? That is these three. That is not in, right? You have to use not in. So you are using not in. Select department underscore ID, comma department underscore name from departments where department underscore ID not in. Select distinct department ID from employees. Correct. Select distinct department IDs from employees. See, these many distinct department IDs are there. Then whichever the department ID is not in this particular department table, that's our question. But I'm selecting null. Why? I'm getting null. Right? You have some departments. See, you have some departments here. See, these departments, there is no employees, right? But why I'm getting null value? Any idea? See, whenever you are using any subqueries, remember, so this is also one of the in real-time project. Definitely, we will use this kind of queries. Sometimes you will be executing some subqueries. You will be getting null values. If you are getting that, you check whether this inner query is returning any null values. Yes, it is returning one null value. If you are equating the same column in the outer query, definitely the outer query also will get null. Why? Because the unknown value you are equating here, right? You will get unknown value only. That's a null we will get. To avoid this, we have to filter out this null value in the inner query. Where department and ID is not null. Clear? Not null. See, these departments, no employees are working. Clear? Any questions? You're clear, right? Not in. See, this is the same question we did it for right outer join. You remember? Right outer join. Which city I do not have customer? So that's the way I have explained. Same question. We can do it on the subqueries also, but not in. But this is single row subquery or multi-row subquery? This is single row subquery or multi-row subquery. Any idea?
Multi-row subquery.
Yes. Why it is multi-row subquery? It's nothing
Because
but
it
not
is
in function. You are using not in and it is returning more than one row. If it is returning more than one row, that is called multi-row subquery. You have to use in or not in based on the functionality. Okay. So in not in is multi-row subquery. In addition to this, we have other 4 statement also. So what is that? You can use any or all. What is this any and all? The any and all means you can use this way. Say for an example, this is a statement I'm using. So what is this inner query is will give you the data. What is the inner query? For an example, this inner query I'm using, select department ID from departments where department name in purchasing IT executive. See, whatever this department, that department ID I'm selecting. Okay. See, this is multi-row subquery, right? Multi-row subquery. It is returning 3 rows. Select star from employees where department ID is greater than any of these 3 value. Any of these 3 value. So from the employees table, see here, select star from employees. All the columns you are selecting from employees where department ID. Okay, you take first department 10 is greater than any of these value. No, you will not get this 10, right? 20 is greater than any of the value. No. 30 is greater than any of the value. No. 40 is greater than any of this value. Yes. So that means from 40 you will get all the records, right? Greater than any of this value. From 40 you will get all the values. Less than any of the value. Less than any of the value. So what is this? Less than any of this value. 30, 60, 90. Less than any of this value. You can go with less than this value. Select star from 10. 10 is less than any of this value. Yes. 20 is less than any of the value. Yes. 30. Yes. 40 less than 60, right? Any one of this value. That's the meaning. So up to 80 you will get. From 10 to 80 you will get. Okay. Less than all of this value. 10 is less than all of the value. 10 is less than all of this value, right? Yes. So the value is 30, 60, 90. 10 is less than all of the value. Yes, all of the value. Okay. So here we have 10. 10 is less than all of the value. Yes, correct. Less than all of this value. 20 is less than all of the value. Yes, 20 also. 30 is less than all of the value. No, 30 is not less than all of the value. Okay, this value is coming, right? So 10 and 20 will get. So here I'm using greater than all. Greater than all of the value is more than 100, right? More than 90. So that from 100 you will get. Clear. This is simple mathematics only we are using. So just to use it. So this is inner query we are using that I have explained here. You can go with, okay. Select the departments where no employees are working. Okay, so what is correlated subquery? Up to now, are you? So I hope you are clear the subqueries. So if you are using any queries, you can consider this as particular table. The inner query, if you are using this one, it will give you the result. On this result, the outer query will perform. That's what. Okay. Okay, I got one question on the self join, right? What is the use of self join? Can you please explain one more time? Okay, that's a question last time I got it. I'll explain. In if I have explained, but what is self join? See here, employees table I will take. See, when you will go for self join, right? When will you go for self join? It's a very rare scenario. You'll go for self join in real time project. Whenever you want to go for hierarchy, okay, you have the data this way, like a tree. Okay, so this way. So this is the son, father. Okay, then son, father in this way. So hierarchical way of questions. You can go for the self join. Okay, self join. Clear? Hierarchical way of query. So my question is here, who is the manager of this particular employee, Nancy or David? Tell me who is the manager of David. See, David employee ID is 105. His manager he is also one of the employee, right? See, who is your manager? In your company, he is also one of the employee. So against your ID, your manager ID will be tagged. Okay, he is the manager. Means this particular employee is the manager, right? So I have to take this manager ID. I have to equate with this employee ID. Which table I'm equating? Which table I'm equating? On the same table, correct? So that is why I'm taking select first table, employees E1 I can take, join with same employees E2, same employees table. If you take this is the employee table, yes, I'm taking. So what is the join condition? On E1 dot manager ID, correct? Manager ID equal to E2 dot employee ID, right? So that's why the self join are used. Got it? So I will give you one exercise on the self join. Will you able to complete by today? Simple exercise. Will you able to complete today?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, 1 minute. I will give you this exercise. So this is one of the interview questions. 1 minute. Okay. This is one of the interview questions. If you want, make a note of it, or I will give you this particular query. Asked name, their friend name. Okay, their friend name. Sam, his friend name is Ram. Sam, another friend is Vamsi. Then Vamsi, friend to Ram. Vamsi, John, Ram, Vijay. So this way we have some friends you have, right? Hierarchical way. See, you have to take this result. Sam, friend of friend. Sam is friend of Ram. Ram is friend of Vijay. So that way we have to take. So Sam, who are all friend of friend. I need this kind of result. Okay. Will you able to take? So take this table, load this data, output I need this way. Yeah, thank you.